Hello, and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, Episode 55. Now, behind me, you will see this is drastically changed. I was not liking that it didn't match the rest of the designs of the buildings, where it is a stone layer and then a wooden layer on all of my buildings. So I did do something to match. I played with a few different ideas as to what stones I could use. I was originally going to use like deep slate bricks to match the darker theme, but I decided against it because it was too much deep slate in one area. So I went with stone layer. This was mainly just a testing wall. I have just regular stone brick across everything else. And then of course I have my first little bit going into this to kind of show what level that's going to be at. But this also means I'm going to need a buttload more stone. But right now I do have a bit more stone brick on me. I do need to get more cracked stone brick before we do anything else because I do have to get the detail in there. But today we are going to be trying to finish out at least the base building of this. I want the base piece for this and then at least a good ways done on the tower in this video. Not saying I have to finish the entire thing, but I am aiming to finish the entire thing today. It's going to depend on how long it takes me because I have a few hours to record. I have maybe 2 hours at max, so we're going to see how much I can get done in that 2-hour mark. Now, I went down to my bridge building, the big bridge that has the 2 towers on it, and found a whole bunch more materials that were just kind of hiding down there, including a 64 of cracked stone brick, meaning I can actually add some more stuff to this. Okay, there we go. I have 15 left over, and now everything is textured to have that cracked effect on it, which helps it blend with the deep slate tile a little bit better. It has more detail. The tower is virtually just going to be deep slate tile. It's not going to have too much decoration on its own. Of course, I am going to put like some more spruce supports on it and things of that nature to make it stick out a little bit better. But next step is I want to take all the deep slate I have on me. I do have a whole bunch of deep slate tile because I did change the floors to be spruce in here. And I may end up doing the same thing in here, just so it isn't so much deep slate on deep slate. So hold on, let me go ahead and go through and do that as well. Okay, now I'm going to take up these deep slate walls, all to match this one's height right here. Okay, first I'm kind of doing this on a diagonal like this. Kind of like how that looks. For the time being, I'm going to keep it. I may actually end up bringing it out one more on each one of these sides so it matches a little bit better. But for right now, I'm going to just kind of leave it at that and work over here because we got to get this second story in place. Before I can even continue this, I have to get all of this in place. Alrighty, there we go. That's a floor in place. I do have this little hole cut out for the altar piece here. I may end up changing this to be slightly bigger, but I don't quite know just yet. But now it's time to get some walls in place. Okay, walls have went up on that main floor. There are no windows in it just yet. I typically do the walls and then I put in windows wherever I see fit. But right now I'm kind of working with this tower because I realized I have to indent this tower by 1 and I don't quite know how to do that with the aesthetic I'm going for. So I'm kind of just trying to freehand something real quick to see if I can figure this out. Alrighty, now the second tier to the tower is started working on. I still have to get the part interiorly figured out so I can do the roof for this guy. Because I have to bring it all the way up to being even with these guys out here. Okay, and even regardless of the rain, I now have it even, so now I can pop a roof on this guy, and then I can focus on getting these windows in. Finally, the rain is gone. Oop. Okay, why is there leaf... What? What happened there? Hey? I'm going to ignore that tree's existence and continue doing my roofing. Roofing on that piece is done. I just gotta get roofing over here done. Okay, roof's on. The tower piece is a little bit finicky. I'm just going to kind of leave it to be itself. But now I've got to figure out externally where the windows make the most sense. It'd make the most sense to kind of line them up the same way they are out here. Okay, now let's back up and see how those windows look. Yeah, they're off center with the ones down below, but those look a lot better. And then I don't think I can put many windows up there. I know I can put some here. Okay, and there we go. Just some basic decorations for the time being. Nothing too fancy. Just to fill up this space, because my main necessary item for this was this space here. Now, I've got to go back and get a few more blocks, because I've got to get up there. Because our next step, trying to get the next story to this tower up. Okay, and there we go. We are up on this floor of the tower. I kind of made the portal a little bit more on the hidden side. Kind of just behind a door here. Actually going to sink this door. Okay, there we go. Sunk the door in. Now that's behind there. And this goes up to our next story where we're actually going to be working. I brought my stone cutter with me to make deep slate tile on the fly. Now this layer has to be as tall as the roof. So this layer has to be at least this tall. Just gonna be fun. Okay, and next layer is in place. Now to get down here and actually look at it. Whee! Yes. Now that tower is gonna have to go up at least one more piece before I'm actually satisfied with how tall it is. Now the next piece isn't going to be nearly as tall as these two. These two had certain parameters where they had to be taller than a certain item. Like the bottom floor had to be taller than the nether portal, and this one had to be taller than the roof. So that's what makes these two so tall. But the next one's going to be slightly farther out, and it's going to be the topper on it. So it doesn't have to be as tall as these. Now, sadly, this is all the time I have to record. I have spent my 2 hours building this bit here that you see in front of you. I know it's not going to seem like a lot to you guys. It's probably only a little bit of time for you guys. But we do have the entire main building in place now. Now I've just got to get this tower topper on. And then I have to decorate this tower, which is going to be all we do in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!